It's Thursday and the world is spinning faster than a toddler in a sugar rush. We've got academic takedowns, cross-border drama, and far-right flare lighting up the streets of France. So let's dive in before another protest starts trending. United States executive power and institutional clashes. Harvard on notice. The Trump administration is threatening to revoke Harvard University's tax-exempt status and block the enrollment of international students unless the school ditches race-based admissions and allows federal oversight of curricula. Harvard unmoved for now. Deportation drama deepens. Senator Chris Van Hollen was denied access to Kilmar Albrego Garcia, a Maryland man wrongfully deported to El Salvador and now locked inside the notorious CECOT mega prison. The administration continues to call him a gang member, a claim that's never held up in court. Meanwhile, the judge in this case says the government's inaction is causing irreparable harm. Hands-off protests surge. Over 150 organizations rallied millions nationwide this week in the hands-off movement, opposing Trump's tariff war, immigration policies, and what many describe as authoritarian overreach. The crowds were massive, the chants were loud, and the message was clear. The resistance is alive and well. Canada, snap elections, sassy energy. Following Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's resignation, Canada is prepping for federal elections on April 28th. Liberal contender Mark Carney and conservative Pierre Poilievre are both campaigning hard, and neither of them are thrilled with Trump's saber-rattling about tariffs or that brief and bizarre suggestion of annexing Canadian land. Yeah, that happened. United Kingdom, legal landmines in the gender debate. The UK Supreme Court ruled this week that the word woman and sex in the 2010 Equality Act refers to biological sex. Conservative leader Kemi Bernat says it's time for a broader review of equality laws, while LGBTQ+ rights groups warn that the decision could erode protections for trans individuals. The political debate is heating up fast, and it's not just about semantics anymore. France, far-right sparks in the streets. Supporters of Marine Le Pen and her banned far-right extremist movement have taken to the streets after her conviction for embezzlement barred her from running in 2027. The protests have drawn thousands and are being met with fierce counter-protests from centrist and progressive. Experts warn this could signal a new surge in nationalist unrest across Europe, especially with far-right parties gaining traction in Germany, Italy, and Hungary, too. Global highlights. Ukraine conflict. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte made a high-profile visit to Odessa this week following a deadly Russian missile strike in Sumy. While the G7 issued a joint condemnation of the attack, the U.S. notably declined to sign, drawing sharp criticism from European allies. China responds to tariffs. China's not throwing punches with more tariffs. Instead, it's quietly tightening the screws with non-tariff barriers designed to hit American exports where it hurts: agriculture, tech, and industrial equipment. Sleep suit shenanigans. Last night, we took a bold step in our household. The twins slept without their Magic Merlin sleep suits for the first time ever. Not because we were ready, but because I dropped them off for a wash and fold and didn't make it back before the laundromat closed. And yes, I co-sleep with my babies. I know, insert pearl clutching here, but try telling a bear not to snuggle her cubs. I dare you. Honestly, they did better than expected. They rolled around like sea otters in a tide pool, but nobody rolled off the bed, nobody screamed at 2 a.m., and this mama got a tiny sliver of rest. That's your Thursday rundown, sugar. The world's a wild ride right now, and you've got the clarity, the caffeine, and the curiosity to handle it. And if you're loving the daily dose of sass and substance, do me a favor, like, follow, and subscribe, because the news should never be boring, and neither should you. See you tomorrow!